Right now, it doesn't take much rain for some Madison streets and intersections to start flooding. What city engineers want residents to know about the problem. Plus, we are weeks away now from the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, but the preparations are already well underway. How law enforcement is planning to handle security. And a longtime furniture store in Madison soon will be closing its doors. We'll hear from the owner to learn why. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. It seems every time we've had a rainstorm these past few weeks, main streets and intersections in Madison have flooded. We may think that's directly from the rainfall, but as city engineers tell our Arman Rahman, our overflowing lakes are stressing out the infrastructure.
So far this year, the National Weather Service has issued 15 flash flood warnings for the Madison area, which you've no doubt noticed driving through flooded streets. City engineers say it's because the levels of the lakes are getting too high for the stormwater drains to keep up.
You know, maybe every 5-10 years we see something pretty big like this.
On Thursday, levels on Lake Monona were about 847 feet above sea level, almost 2 feet above the county's desired summer maximum. Lake Mendota was more than a foot higher.
Really, there's not a whole lot you can do because there's no place for the water to go.
No place to go but the streets.
There's been a lot of stalled cars. It's getting pretty close to flooding out some buildings. I'm sure there's been buildings that have actually flooded out.
That's why Principal Stormwater Engineer Janet Schmidt is reminding drivers in those areas that have been flooding a lot recently not to drive through or park in standing water. Because she says when the drains and infrastructure are overwhelmed, there's nothing anyone can do but wait.
Well, I'm really hoping it's not going to get worse, but you know, it's hard. It's so hard to say until the water levels really recede. Then I think we're going to still see some of these issues when we get these rainstorms.
Free sandbags at multiple locations across the city through October. You can find a list of that on their website, and we'll have that up on channel3000.com. For now, reporting in Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Well, you might have to navigate through some fog for your Friday morning commute, but otherwise another warm and sunny day to close out the work week tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington tracking what you need to know from the first warn forecast from the weather patio. Alex.
Good evening. Beautiful out here on the patio. Yeah, a little patchy fog to start off Friday, but no rain is expected on Friday. No rain is expected on Saturday to the earlier package about flooding. We do have more rain in the forecast. It will start as early as Sunday, but let's enjoy the nice stuff first. Again, be on the lookout to start off the morning. Could be looking at a little bit of patchy fog in that 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. time frame, but we warm up quickly. That fog will burn off by 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Right now, 66 here in Madison. It's calm. It's beautiful out. Low 64 in Lone Rock, 63 to the north in Dells. We're already down to 60 up in Juneau County, up in Camp Douglas. 63, 64, still hanging on to 67 in both McFarland and Stoughton, and also in Edgerton going down the highway there. Again, winds are calm. Dew point, that's a measure of moisture. It's in the upper 50s as the temperatures fall to that dew point, calm winds, clear sky. Perfect recipe for a little bit of fog. Saturday, again, no rain, but it'll be a warmer day. Warmer, more humid with more showers and thunderstorms on Sunday. And with a warm, humid week next week, we have all the fuel for more rain across southern Wisconsin. Coming up in Maine weather, I'm going to break down which days stand the best chances for thunderstorms and how much rain we could have by next Thursday.
Alex, thank you. More than 2 years after the massacre at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, a former school district police officer has pleaded not guilty to 29 counts of child endangerment and abandonment. Sherelle Hubbard has the details.
May 2022, the Uvalde school slaughter. It left 19 children dead, along with 2 teachers. One of the first officers to respond, former police officer Adrian Gonzalez. He told investigators he tried to call for a SWAT team on his radio, but couldn't transmit inside the building. So he left and never went back in. More than 2 years later, he appeared in a courtroom for his arraignment on 29 counts of abandoning and endangering a child.
Obviously, that there's a monster involved in this situation, and he is no longer within man's justice. I believe he's in eternal justice now. But Mr. Gonzalez feels he was just there to help these children.
But that help was delayed. It took law enforcement 77 minutes after the gunman walked into the elementary school to take him down. As victims passed away, officers stood by in the hallway, waiting on keys to the classrooms and a plan of action. In his indictment, Gonzalez is accused of failing to follow his active shooter training. But his attorney says with more than 370 officers on the scene, it isn't clear why Gonzalez is being singled out.
He feels he's innocent, and he doesn't understand why this attention is directed to him, and he feels horrible that those children's lives were lost, but he doesn't feel he's responsible for it.
One other officer is charged. Pete Arredondo, the former Uvalde School's police chief, faces 10 counts of child endangerment and known criminal negligence. Sherelle Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's U.S. visit continues. Earlier today, he met separately with President Biden and Vice President Harris, one day after delivering remarks defending Israel's conduct during its war with Hamas. The U.S. pushing Israel to agree to a ceasefire agreement to end the violence and release the hostages. They also met with families of American hostages being held in Gaza who say they feel more hopeful that an agreement will come.
We feel probably more optimistic than we have since the first round of releases in late November, early December, where a little over 100 of Israel's hostages were released.
White House officials say ceasefire negotiations are in the closing stages, but there are still issues that need to be resolved. Tomorrow, Netanyahu is scheduled to meet with former President Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Just a week after the Republican National Convention ended, preparations are already well underway for next month's Democratic National Convention, and that's why law enforcement discussed security measures for the event in the host city of Chicago. The increased attention to security at the event comes after the attempted assassination against former President Trump. A hard perimeter announced today will rope off the United Center to pedestrians next month. Chicago's mayor says the city is prepared.
And let me state this unequivocally. Chicago is ready. We were born ready. And I'm not just talking about the convention itself. So much has changed from our first announcement regarding the DNC to now. Now Chicago is not just hosting another convention. We are welcoming a new breath of life into our nation.
Now, a spokesperson for the Secret Service reiterated the DNC receives the highest designation of national security.
We choose freedom.
Vice President Harris releasing her first campaign video today. The 75-second video is titled "We Choose Freedom." It includes scenes from Tuesday's rally in West Dallas. Vice President Harris highlights controversial topics, including women's reproductive rights and gun violence prevention. The video also features Beyonce's song, Freedom. A source close to the vice president says her team got approval from Beyonce's representatives to use the song throughout her presidential campaign. A live look at the Capitol right now. House Republicans used their last vote before the August recess to pass a symbolic resolution attacking the vice president over immigration. The tally was 220 to 196, with 6 Democrats joining Republicans. The resolution slammed the vice president and the Biden administration for their handling of the border, dubbing Vice President Harris a, quote, border czar.
No matter what congressional district you go to, the #1 issue facing Americans is Kamala Harris's open border crisis. And by every metric, Kamala Harris has failed to secure our borders.
In reality, the measure holds no penalties for the vice president. It was really just an exercise in Republican messaging. Also today in Washington, Congresswoman Jennifer Wexton made history as the first lawmaker to use an artificial intelligence-generated model of her voice on the House floor. The Virginia Democrat lost her ability to speak clearly due to a neurological disorder called progressive supranuclear palsy.
Millions of Americans face challenges that make it harder to move, speak, act, or otherwise live their day-to-day lives. But that disability does not define who they are. I certainly have not allowed my new challenges to define me.
Wexton announced in September she would not seek re-election, citing her health concerns, which she expects will worsen. Back in Wisconsin, after nearly 5 decades, a popular furniture store in the Madison area is going out of business. Locally owned A1 Furniture and Mattress is closing its doors after 47 years. The owners recently sold their warehouse property on Stoughton Road and must vacate sometime in October. They're holding a closing sale where everything must go. Owner Paul Canarella says the furniture industry has shifted drastically, making it harder for local retailers to stay competitive with the big box stores, but he is grateful for his customers who've helped him keep the doors open.
And I want to thank the community of in the city of Madison, but all the outlying communities. It's been amazing to us. 47 years in business, starting with a mom and pop type of store. It really takes good support, and people have been great. So really want to thank everybody in terms of that.
A1 Furniture hasn't announced an official closing date, but it will be sometime in October. More stories still ahead at 10, including a shakeup coming at Southwest Airlines, known for its open seating policy, but that will soon be no more. We'll share why just ahead.
Need appliances? Black Friday deals end soon at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 60% off on one-of-a-kind and floor sample items. And get up to $3,000 in rebates, the guaranteed lowest prices, and special financing for 5 years at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
It's time for the grooviest event of the summer. You'll be feeling good at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 1st through the 11th.
Many window installers lack proper training. At Next Door and Window, we're reinventing window installation. Our installers are certified and trained to ensure your windows are sealed tight and energy efficient. Visit nextwindow.com to learn more.
When a crane collapsed during construction of a Major League sports stadium, 3 workers lost their lives. Their widows called us. When maintenance workers were permanently injured by an industrial accident at a public utilities power plant, the 7 injured workers called us. When a factory exploded, injuring dozens of workers, 18 victims, including all 3 families of men who lost their lives, called us. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, and Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. Amazing offers and a great selection of Ford vehicles, like the Built Wild Bronco family, with a deal you just can't miss. Your biggest adventures are waiting. So make it Ford. Make it yours. Make it now. I want that. Make it a lease on a new Ford Bronco Sport for $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Ever wonder where unloved auto parts go? Rock Auto gives them a second chance for even less than our regular low prices. Click closeouts only while supplies last and give a part a home.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Turn your old deck into dollars. You can trade in your old deck and earn cash back towards a brand new deck that is backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. All you have to do is visit tradeinmydeck.com, answer a few quick questions, and you'll see your estimated trade-in value instantly. Visit tradeinmydeck.com.
These were my great-grandpappy's glasses. And now they're yours, son.
Why can't I just get my own?
What? No, these have at least a few hundred years left in them.
I think the kid needs his own. Get 2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79, all same day.
Yeah, I want my own.
Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Need a better night's sleep? Black Friday deals end soon at Ashley. Get up to a $300 MasterCard Rewards card with select mattress, foundation, or adjustable base purchases. And special financing for 60 months. Only at Ashley.
It's an HGTV week party on the Jennifer Hudson Show. We kick things off with the Property Brothers, plus a design demo with Lil Jon. Then the stars of Fixer to Fabulous, Dave and Jenny Mars.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Moving forward.
What's the best way to control Wisconsin's sandhill crane population? That's the question that lawmakers, farmers, and conservationists will try to answer next week. The Joint Legislative Council's 12-member study committee on sandhill cranes, will meet at the Horicon Marsh State Wildlife Area next Thursday. They've been tasked with coming up ways to manage the animal population while reducing the crop damage caused by the birds. Tens of thousands of sandhill cranes breed across Wisconsin or migrate through the state each spring and fall, but they feed on germinating corn seeds after spring planting and can cause significant crop damage. Southwest Airlines is getting rid of one of its most unique features, open seating. The company says 80% of its customers and 86% of its potential customers prefer assigned seating versus the airline's current model of checking in 24 hours ahead of your flight to get a boarding position. Southwest will also start charging for premium seats with more legroom. No details on when those changes will go into effect, but the premium seats will not be available until 2025. Southwest is trying to regain its footing after struggling in recent years. Earlier today, the company reported a 51% drop in profit to $370 million. That's despite reported record revenues for the quarter. A surge in uninsured uninsured drivers is helping make auto insurance more expensive for the rest of us. The average yearly cost of full coverage car insurance, it's up 12% in the last year alone. That's according to Bankrate. As the cost of auto insurance has been going up for years, so has the number of uninsured drivers. New data from the Insurance Research Council shows the prevalence of uninsured drivers rose to 14% in 2022. That's an increase of roughly 11% from back in 2019. A bus driver in New York is being hailed a hero after rescuing a little boy who had wandered from his home right into the middle of a busy intersection. 13 years on the job, and this was a first for Peter Warner, a young boy running down the street. You see right there in Staten Island, wearing just a diaper and a tank top, no shoes, holding an iPad. The cameras on his MTA bus captured that moment. It was June 19th. Peter quickly making an important decision to get out, stop the bus, and get the child.
If the kid was running down the sidewalk, I would figure that the parents would be chasing him. But he was in the middle of the street, dead smack in the middle of the street.
The boy didn't speak, so Peter called his union rep and called 911. Police arrived on scene and sorted out what happened. Turns out the boy was 4 blocks from home and had managed to wander away while his dad was asleep and his mom was at work. Peter has since become friends with the boy's family. Summer is roller coaster season, of course, but there's one in Minnesota that provides a different kind of experience. It's an alpine coaster powered by pure gravity. Spirit Mountain in Duluth is a popular downhill skiing destination over the winter months, but come summer, the Timber Twister roller coaster, that's the big attraction. More than a half-mile long, it takes about 7 minutes to reach the end. Unlike traditional coasters, there is no machine involved here. It's just gravity, and instead of speeding through an amusement park, you are speeding through a forest with beautiful North Shore views along the way.
I think it's fun because you can go as fast as you want. And if you even want to go faster, you can lean into the corners and pump the rollers, and yeah, it's fun. I really like the twisty turns things.
We all like the twisty-turny things. The Timber Twister can reach speeds of up to 25 miles an hour. It is open through the 3rd week of October. North America's largest fan gathering kicked off today in a post-pandemic return to form. We're talking about San Diego's Comic-Con, the first regular Comic-Con convention in 5 years now. It had back-to-back cancellations, then instituted COVID protocols during the pandemic. Then last year, the SAG-AFTRA union strike forced nearly every studio to pull its panels. This year's convention is expected to draw about 130,000 people, and it runs through Sunday. The man behind some of the biggest superhero movies has been cemented now in Hollywood history. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige has been honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Actors Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds both spoke at the ceremony, fitting as they both star in the Marvel film out right now, Deadpool and Wolverine. It technically opens tomorrow. I saw a few people, though, reviewing it today online, so they got an early sneak peek. Other Marvel actors were on hand, and that includes Chris Evans, Brie Larson, and also Chris Pratt. Video game voice actors and capture artists have voted to go on strike. That'll start tomorrow, citing concerns over AI protections in a proposed new contract. The future of generative AI and how it can be used to replace labor was a sticking point for actors and writers during last year's Hollywood strikes. While an agreement was reached with both unions, negotiations between video game actors and major game developers have been ongoing now for more than 18 months. It's time now for another check of your First Warn forecast. Here is Chief Meteorologist Alex Arrington. Alex?
Eric, a beautiful evening out there. Just came in off the patio. It's kind of hard to leave the patio with temperatures in the middle 60s, lower 60s up in the Dells. We're sitting at 60 up in Juneau County. Very refreshing for this time of year. Then we'll get a little bit cooler tonight. Low temperatures actually be a bit below normal, but not right now. 63 in Middleton, 64 in Waunakee. Still hanging on to 67 in Triad here, McFarland, Stoughton, over towards Edgerton. We will see those temperatures dip down close to the dew point. That's a measure of moisture. When the temperature and the dew point are the same, you get that relative humidity of 100%, and then that can turn into fog when you've got calm winds and you got a clear sky out there. Beautiful sky cam there at our Edgewater Sky Cam. There's that fog that we're expecting here right around that 4 to 6 o'clock time frame as those temperatures and dew points cool on down to around that 57 to 59 degree range. But by the time we get to 10 o'clock, the fog burns off and we've got a beautiful Friday in store with temperatures getting up to around 82. Now let's fast forward to the weekend. Saturday, the better of the two. Now Sunday's not not all that bad. We'll be warm on Saturday at 85 degrees, winds out of the south at 5 to 10. It's not really much of a breeze to cool things down, and the humidity is going to start to increase. Then we increase those storm chances and want to give you a first peek in just a moment here of what those storms may look like on Sunday going into Monday. But normal highs are right around 82, and we're going to be well above that for much of next week. But all the humidity, the rain chances, that's going to keep those temperatures very likely in the middle to upper 80s. If we can get any drier air to move in from the south and from the west out and from the Great Plains, yeah, we could sneak a high temperature up near 90, but just the amount of copious water that we're going to have in the atmosphere likely will keep those temperatures just below 90. Here's what I'm thinking for right now, the better rain chances coming in Sunday night, then again Monday night, and then again Wednesday night. These could be those late night storms or evening storms that promote some gusty winds and heavy rains, which we were talking very early in the newscast about. We don't need any more of that heavy rain, but unfortunately with the humidity out there, we could be having heavy rainfall across southern Wisconsin as early as Sunday afternoon. Look at the widespread nature Sunday night, and then we repeat on Monday, a brief little break, and then more showers and thunderstorms breaking out Monday evening, and we'll probably do it again Tuesday evening, and then again Wednesday evening. As we get later into the week, Thursday going into Friday, things may start to dry out across the area. Through at least Thursday at noon, widespread ½ to an inch across southern Wisconsin. We could be looking at some isolated higher amounts out there, depending on where those showers and storms set up, especially if we get repeated bouts of showers and storms in a particular area. That dew point, it's a measure of moisture. By the time we get into Sunday, into Monday, those dew points are going to be approaching the 70-degree mark. That keeps those lows in the upper 60s at nighttime. That muggy feel, we're heading towards the dog days of summer. That gets us into August with all the crops and all the moisture that we have out there. It's going to be muggy with those on and off shower and storm chances. The next weekend, though, things will dry out. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We're often asked,
is it really free to hire Gruber Law Offices?
The answer is yes. The call, the consultation, free. You pay nothing until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Drive into summer with a new Honda Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, or the all-new Civic Hybrid. Take a vacation, staycation, or just a weekend drive with the windows down. Whatever you do, make it epic with Honda. The 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Overall EV and Hybrid Brand. So act now. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Paint.
I'm so happy I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week is here. Over 40 restaurants will showcase 3-course meals from $30. Plus, enjoy the perfect pairings with wine and more from Delicato Family Wines and Frederick Wildman & Sons. Check our online guide on MadisonMagazine.com to see which places offer takeout and dine-in. Save the dates, July 21st through 26th. Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week, where good times and great meals come together. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Coal Fund, and supporting sponsor, Roth Cheese.
If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, watch out.
The insurance company is going to ask you to sign some papers. Don't do it.
Don't trust the insurance company after your accident. You can miss out on what you really deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Welcome back. The person atop the UW Athletic Department is sticking around to build on his legacy. Today, UW-Madison signing Athletic Director Chris McIntosh to a 5-year extension. Since being named Athletic Director in 2021, the former Badger All-American offensive tackle and first-round pick has made several program-changing moves, including hiring head football coach Luke Fickell and men's head hockey coach Mike Hastings. He also led the development of a new football practice facility to replace the aging McLean Center and has overseen renovations to additional facilities, including the Kohl Center. UW Chancellor Jennifer Mnuchin called McIntosh, quote, an extremely effective leader at a time of unprecedented change across the collegiate athletics landscape. A big win on the recruiting trail for Greg Gard, whose newest commit comes all the way from New Zealand. Following in Kirk Penny's footsteps, the Badgers landing class of 25 guard Hayden Jones. He announced his commitment on X this afternoon. Jones is listed at 6'7", and has spent the last 2 years playing professionally in New Zealand's National Basketball League for the Nelson Giants. He's the third verbal commitment in the 2025 class, joining Wisconsin natives Zach Kinzinger and Will Garlock. Well, off day for the Brewers after the series win at Wrigley, but Milwaukee got some good news today. It appears Christian Yelich will avoid season-ending back surgery. National baseball writer Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic reporting Yelich intends to rest and rehab his back, starting with a 10-day injured list stint rather than undergo season-ending surgery. However, that surgery could still happen in the offseason. Yelich's having one of his best seasons in years. He was a starter in last week's All-Star game. We'll be right back.
Earn a 40-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver for every $60 you spend this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's a 40-cent fuel saver for every $60. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
Hanson's windows, roofing, siding, gutters, bathtubs, and showers are guaranteed. Get 50% off installation or enjoy no interest and no payments for 1 year.
Call 1-800-Hansons. Get it done.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Our country has taken a beating the last few years, but I know we can turn it around. It'll take a lot of hard work like these athletes put in. We need to get serious about our spending that has caused prices to skyrocket. We need to fix our healthcare and address the shortage of affordable housing. Also, we must close our border, stop the flow of fentanyl, and put Americans first. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message. Let's get America winning gold again.
3 days only at Hy-Vee. Bone-in pork shoulder roast, just 99 cents a pound. Driscoll strawberries, just $1.77 for a 1-pound pack. And Hy-Vee shredded cheese, just $1.48. Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
Tonight. But enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about me?
Where's New with Kevin Hart.
Have you thought about starting a cult?
A cult? Tonight on CBS.
Oh, finally tonight, Princess Diana's letters to her family's former housekeeper are going on sale at auction. The letters provide insight into the princess's private life, including wedding preparations and details of Prince Harry and Prince William's childhood. Violet Collison was the head housekeeper at Park House on the royal residence of Sandringham Estate in Norfolk. That's where Diana was born and raised. Collison retired back in 1973, but she and Diana remained very close. Some of the letters are listed with an estimated sale price between $1,000 and $1,500, but the auction house believes they could sell for much more. Well, Alex returns now as we take a check of the forecast once again.
Yep, enjoy tonight. A little fog on the beginning of your Friday. Enjoy Friday, enjoy Saturday. It's going to be sunny, pretty seasonal for this time of year, but then the heat, the humidity, they arrive by Sunday, and that's going to bring those storm chances back to southern Wisconsin as early as Sunday afternoon. I just dropped Sunday's high just a touch because I think we're going to have a little bit more of an increase in those storm chances by the afternoon hours, and that's going to hold those high temperatures down just a little bit. But warm, muggy, humid. We're heading towards August. The dog days of summer are right around the corner. We're going to be moving in that direction with daily shower and storm chances day and night, and those nighttime lows pretty muggy, right around 70, highs in the upper 80s to near 90. So the AC will be cranked again for many.
All right, Alex, thanks. Thanks for joining us, folks, for News 3 Now at 10. Have a great Thursday night.